All right. Welcome. So I tried to go live, and I thought it was a latency issue. And actually, the files were off the grid. They were not correct. Maybe it was a different background vocal session, and they were just like an eighth of a. Yeah, it was so quick fix. But let's take a listen to where we're at, because I played in the last stream a little bit. I want to listen to some of that. Welcome some of you. Give you something. Let me see. Confidence that if you're new to the Mix Academy, you're going to learn something here. And so we're just going to hit play, let you guys listen to that, and we'll go from there. We're going to stop it there. So big shout out to my man, Rico Clark, the producer. I don't remember what or if he recorded it all or some of it, but I'll give credit where it's due. Let me know. I'll talk to Rico and put credit in the comments. But yeah, so we got to take this one to the finish line. We've got the background vocals now lined up. Did that real quick when the stream apparently was like crashing. It was just my heart because the background vocals weren't lined up correctly. So hey, if you're joining with me, let me know where you're coming from, and say hello. Don't be shy. Let me know in the comments anything specifically. We're just hanging out. Had a kind of a slow afternoon, and wanted to hop on here and say hello and mix a little bit while we had some downtime. So hope you guys are doing amazing. Let's go ahead. We're going to listen to these backgrounds now that they're actually in the template.
I have a promise.
Yeah, and then we've got quite the... With these four, I'm going to solo this one. The P's are quite prominent. Let's go ahead and throw something on here.
I have a promise.
Yeah.
I have a promise.
I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and let's switch tools here. Let's go Pro Q. We're going to high pass them. And then I'm going to put a low shelf somewhere in there. And we'll make it spectral and see how does this work. I'll crank it.
I have a promise.
A little higher on it.
I have a promise.
Without it.
I have a promise.
Yeah, we're getting that blow of air hitting the transducer. So we need a better pop screen. And with that, we're going to copy it, pan it. Time for kids don't get devices on Sundays, but it would be time for them to put them up if that's my alarm to remind me. And I think those are the ones, do we need it on everything?
By faith.
Maybe we didn't get any P's there.
I have a promise.
Okay, and then we got to turn that one back down because that's a little weird. Cool, so we've got the background vocals into the template now. And we need to go through clip gain. Let's check the level. I don't know. I think we need to boost them some. Get those balanced a little better, but first, it's a little boring. If you just join, you're kind of hanging out. I'm just mixing, and so some of this is going to take some time. Let's go to RX, Elements, and saw a video that said declick is superior to mouth declick. It's just one of those things. I saw it, and now I can't help myself. Every time I'm going to declick. So let's get this, for a stream. We'll come back to that. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me do that track by track. Okay, so let's not procrastinate. Let's get this leveled out. Is this really soprano? That's more alto. Got them backwards. The blend is fine. I'd like a little crescendo on the end for our ladies here. Let's blow that up. Right there. Very nice. They're just hung out to dry, aren't they? Evidence is, I think. From there, so we need to get probably all of this to here. Cool, and then I've got a note to go back through all of these background vocals and clean up all the gaps in between them, get rid of the breaths or dial in the breaths, group all the BGVs, and clip gain the breaths. That's all part of it. It takes a while to mix a full track, man. I'm going to go ahead and assume we just need more from everything else. And so Okay, so something I'm hearing is that the background vocals are going to have a heck of a time competing with that music. There's a lot going on. I think we could brighten them up. I don't really want to. I'm trying to get away from. I've been. I don't know if I'm just not hearing the top end right. I've had to use this guy a little bit. The Isotope tonal balance. Give a shout out to Dave Godowski over there at Isotope. And Native, yeah, all three companies now. But this right here saves my butt time and time again, especially with the top end. I get, I just want to push more crispy, I don't know. For some reason, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if I've dulled hearing up there or what, but this keeps me in check. And so let me kind of show you what it's doing. This is the Modern Worship preset, but it's about time I create the gospel one. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll go find it, and I have a references folder. And we're going to go gospel references. We're going to open that, and it's going to create a target based on the folder. You don't have to do this every time. This is a M4 Mac Mini. Recently had to get my other one still kicking, but it was struggling to do work. So got to recreate the template, but you guys get to see it. So once it's done analyzing the folder it creates, and you can see it's a very similar folder to let's rename it. This is I already had one, live gospel. So let's cancel that and go. Did I not save it? Oh, there it is. Cool. It's the same as Modern Worship? No, it's not. Okay, cool. So it is a little different. So little more extension in the bottom end maybe, and then you can see the top end here. When I hit play, so you can see I'm creeping up there. The frequencies I can't really hear. My hearing is dulled, certainly around 16K, probably even lower. Who knows? But anyways, cool tool to keep you in check, and looks like we're in good shape. So the background vocals are not coming through clearly, and so we got them in the template. I'm not mad at the sound, the tone, the effects. They're just not cutting through the way they need to. They are very much co-star almost with a lot of gospel, and so we want to make sure we respect getting them on top of the mix. So what are we going to do? What we're going to do is we're going to go to the all music bus, and we're going to build this in here. Let's see if we can make this sound great. We're going to put Waves Factory track spacer. Can't remember if I authorized it on the new computer or not. I don't know if the demo is going to... You know what? That stinks. Let me come over to the other computer. Bear with me for just a minute, because they hooked me up with, I emailed them and they hit me pretty quick. Waves Factory said, hey, new computer, can you hook? And they jumped on it. So let's get that. What do we need to do? Boom, boom, boom. We'll see. I'll tell you what, let me take a minute and I'll be right back. All right, let's go to this view here for a second. So, man, you guys still hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to answer your questions in the chat here in a second. That was Rico, the producer, and this is his daughter's project. And I told him about the complication with the lead vocal in the hype section. When she goes for it, she backed off the mic, and we get the room in the mic. And so, great call, man. Love this guy. Just he's a brother, and so patient with me with getting to this too. So shout out to him for that. So here's where we're at. He's gonna recut the lead vocal, and I love his passion to get it right. And then they've got another song to do, so they're just gonna do the 2-in-1. They're gonna get both songs done in a day. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on the background vocals and get that sounding good. And then we're gonna bounce it. He was loving it. He heard a little bit from the other stream. And so he hadn't even heard this yet, man. I'm excited for him. But what we're going to do is get this to him, and then they're going to track the lead again to the new mix, the instrumental here. And so what do we got? We got some questions. Let's talk about the questions real quick. Let's see, is Ecamm? I don't think I have to switch the screen. I don't think you guys see that. I think you just see me. So forgive me, early stages of learning how to stream. It's been a while. So, Ashley, if you're still hanging out, man, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Brian, dude, awesome to see you, man. Yeah, my number has changed so many times traveling across the country and stuff. What did he say? You said leaving a voice message. Oh, man, I'm sorry I missed that. Let's see. I really appreciate it, man. God bless you as well. Email me, support at the Mix Academy. Actually, David at themixacademy.com is my main email. And let's connect, man. My brother, I don't want to mispronounce your name, but dude, it's my pleasure. Love to hang out with you guys. Please ask questions as we get into it. Would love to help you guys out. Are you going to put this project up for sale? This is actually going to be private inside of, so essentially yes, but we're going to do a mixed breakdown for my brother Rico. Once we get it all done and signed off on and all that, it's going to be added into, so right now what I've done is I've stripped everything away, and I've got mixing worship. It's a full, multiple courses showing worship, mixing live worship, the Bethel, Hillsong, Elevation, all that kind of stuff. Then we've got mixing gospel, which is a lot of what I've done for the last several years. Dr. Toomey and LaRue Howard and all kinds of talented artists. Cassandra Robertson, incredible voice. She was on The Voice. Yeah, and so I've got the gospel as a course, and so it's the same thing. So we have two running styles of mixing training, very similar approaches, but also different as well. And so I've got the two courses that are really two programs. They're not just one course or two courses. It's just me mixing a ton of gospel, me mixing a ton of live worship, and then also CCM, and then really just pop, rock, hip hop, everything, but with an emphasis on faith and my love for Jesus. So making music that honors Him. So that's what we're doing today. Is the goal. Let's check out. Did I answer all the questions? What's up, my man Kevin? My brother, I appreciate you. Anybody hanging out, feel free. Drop comments, questions. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll give you something to get excited for here in a second. We'll hit play and show you that I'm not a fraud. I am a professional mixer. Let me get Waves Factory Track Spacer, and it said, hi, blah, 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 blah. Will you please set my license? And they did that. So let's go on my other computer here, and let's get the code. And once we get that, we'll plop it in here, and I'll show you guys exactly how I'm going to make these background vocals. Get these background vocals to cut through the music a little bit better without making them louder, because I don't think they need to be louder. Request your download link. So we're going to go... right on. And then now we should have our code. Bam. Track spacer, serial number. It's on a different computer. Okay. I got a trick for that. I'm not going to be able to do this on here, am I? Nope, it's not going to let me split the screen. Okay, let's see. We'll just demo evaluation for now. Let's set our low cut. We're going to go... really is more like in the 800 range, 700-800 range into like 2-3K. We don't need this stuff above to be. And then we're going to exaggerate this Oh, you know what? We're not going to set that first. It's been a minute since I've used this one. Let's go full throttle, all music bus, and then we're going to set our BGVs bus. We'll call it, I think it's in my template, BGVs SC. Yeah. And we'll send the full signal in, and then up here we'll say BGVs SC. That said 1. This one doesn't say 1. Just get busy. I gotta stop making excuses and clean up my routing, import sessions, and all kinds of stuff. You get to where things aren't what they should be, not as efficient as they could be. So what's going on? This is BGV's SC1, but this is just BGV's SC. Okay, so let's do 21 and 22. We'll call it BGSC. So very clearly BGSC. Left or right? Oh, that sucks. It's not going to let me send. I knew that. So what are we doing here? We're going to go. Fine, we'll take the left. Should accomplish the same thing. And then what we want to do. Yeah, so it's the extreme version of it. It's just going to push everything down. And we want to go. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm just going to leave it in left-right mode. I think we're good here. Maybe the release to be a little faster. That's already pretty fast. Okay. And then without this, let's come out here where they're a little more hype. I'm going to loop a section. So you can clearly hear when the vocals are singing, it's pushing everything down. We got the full frequency range going on here. And we don't want that. We want it to be way more subtle. I feel like it's a little much, but I'm going to leave it there while I kind of dial in the clip gain. And then if we need to, we'll back off a little bit more. But let's back it up and see if we're getting any kind of artifacts or anything. That was an artifact. The lead guitar got ducked. And so that's where cleaning up all the gaps is going to be important, because if someone coughed or something, it may send a signal and it just may duck the music. And so we got to be careful when we use stuff like this, but I think for now we're okay. Let me check and make sure the stream's still good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Right on. We got any comments? Any questions? You can't see the stream anymore. Well, that's not good. So you just been sitting here watching me. Man, I got to learn how to do this better. Forgive me. Well, what I did was I sent the background vocals a bus into my all music bus. And so this is the guitars, the keys, the synths, anything that's not the rest of these folders. Vocals, drums, bass, percussion, those things are all left alone. The only things that are getting pushed down right here are the harmonic stuff, right? And so we're going to come over, I guess everything has harmonics, but let's go to track spacer. I'll show you, keep evaluating. Oh, that might have been why the issue. I'll have to authorize that after I get off here, but yeah, let's show you what this is doing. So here's on. Okay, and then I tell you what, let's hear it with it on, and then I'll turn it off so you can hear it. Kind of the background vocals, they get pushed down a little bit much. That'll be a good line. And then with it on. It's subtle, but it's just enough to help them not get drowned out, at least for now. I may have to automate this and use a little bit more of it. Let's come out here. Yeah, I think that dip is the evaluation period. I got to put my license in. So there, I just felt like it was a little crunchy. I don't have the lead vocal in yet, and we were hitting -6, something like that. So felt it's breaking up a little bit much. I pull it back, and then we'll tweak that as we go throughout the mix. Once we get the lead in, we'll care a little bit more about where we're sitting LUFS. I did, however, I have a reference mix, but we'll save that for behind the scenes because that will. I mean, you know what? If you guys will drop a like and some comments and stuff, it'll help the YouTube algorithm. We'll go ahead and just say, forget monetization. Let's pull in. I think this is a John Blast mix for Tanya Baker, I think is what the reference was. I can't remember. Yeah, Brian asked about what the group is. This is my friend Rico Clark, my brother from another mother, his daughter's project. And forgive me, I don't have her name right now. Appreciate it. My son hanging out in the chat. Okay, cool. So let's take a listen to this mix, and then we'll go back and forth and kind of reference a bit.
Come on, say, I will bless your name. I will bless your name, Lord. Everybody say, I will bless your name. Come on, say, I will bless your name. Everybody will bless your name. Come on, say,
I'd say we're in the ballpark. So, man, so cool to hear that Rico was willing to retrack those the leads where it got hyped. Man, that's so exciting. When the artist, when the producer, when they're committed to excellence, man, that's fun to be a part of. So, what do we have going on? These background vocals are feeling pretty good. What else do we want to tackle real quick? If you drop a chat, drop a chat. If you drop a comment, let me know. So Joe Reacts wants to see Jeff. I got to answer this one. I don't know. I just know my experience was that, what project was it? Did I get an update between now and... No, they haven't fixed it because I just mixed Navigate out of the Netherlands, and I did some drum editing in the course, Mixing Modern Rock. Actually, Jeff, if you don't have that from I sent you an email. I'll send that to you because that's in there. That's a lot of fun. We did some drum editing, and no, it was not correct. I had to leave it as the Elastic Audio, the main. I couldn't go to Xform, and so yeah, that's not fun. Avid. Don't even get me started on Avid. I try not to bash them, but I've been a Pro Tools user since I was 13 or something like that. I'm 41 now. There's some billing issues with Avid. Let's just say that. And customer service was not great. It's actually non-existent. They deleted all my support emails and didn't get back to me. Joe Reacts, what's the EQ on the snare and toms? Bro, let's take a look at it. So coming up, and hey, if you guys would, please drop me a like. Keep the comments coming, man. We'll keep hanging out a little bit. We've got the gospel snare. Let's go look. First and foremost, we have some samples. I've got tried and true. These have made their way throughout the internet over the years, but check out my brother John Mike over at gospelproducers.com. He's got the John Yash, multi-Grammy winning just engineer mastermind. Of course, he's a mixer nowadays, but just an incredible recording engineer as well. And his course, love it, man. Great stuff. John Mike, they got the drum samples over there that include some of that stuff. I've got some blends coming. We're gonna make it work, man. We had some serious stuff happening. John Mike lost his father and whatnot, but we're gonna partner up, do some affiliate stuff, and hook you guys up with some cool content. We've got gospel snare. So here's my EQ. The first thing I'm doing usually is a boost to the fundamental of the snare. I love a fat, chunky snare. Doesn't matter if it's gospel and it's a piccolo. I'm going to find the fundamental and I'm going to see how much of it can I add. And I saw a trick from a YouTuber on snare recently, and I've always just boosted with EQ, but this kid, Beloved Music, was doing a tutorial, and he put the dynamics and did upward, expansion now, right? Upward compression, and I loved it, man. It gave it actually a little pop on the fundamental, so I stole that. I've been using it. A little cleanup here. Let's solo, and you can hear. Here's, you know what? Let's first look at the live snare, because that's probably what you care more about. That's the main snare sound, just not the top end of the snare. Can't get much of it because of the bleed coming through. Here's the snare top mic. Here's before I processed it. Oh, I do have that automated, yeah. So good sound. Rico, excellent recording. Okay, and then with the processing, I'll walk through it, but here's all of that on. Right? So it's tighter, it's punchier. And then what I did is I created a track for all these beautiful ghost notes that his son-in-law recorded. I found out it was his son-in-law on the drums on this one, man. Love it. And put all the ghost notes on their own track, and then I've EQ'd them separately, even more fundamental, right? Even more top end to pull them out, and I'll play that also in a minute. But let's go through. So first step for me is Nolly over at, he was a bass player from Periphery rock band, heavy rock band, and their site, what is their site? Get Good Drums, GGD. I think they changed the name to just GGD. And he had a tutorial, and he showed this snare gate preset. And essentially, I use this on bass. You can go watch the previous stream 2 streams ago and last night's stream, and I'll show you how I mix the bass and dial in the dynamics knob so that you can get the fullness and the sustain from the multiband right? And so we can go to the subs and increase the sustain to our liking there. Then we can go to the mids and do it, low mids, top end, whatever. And well, he's using the opposite of that effect. He's turning it towards whatever it's doing, the transient side of removing sustain, so similar to a gate. And so what we have here is we have two bands. We have the low band where the fundamental of the snare lives, and then we have the top end. And basically you'll see this is just choking it. And so this one's left alone. This upper band is all we're dealing with here, is that the top end and the snare. If I bypass it again, just listen, we'll just turn everything off and focus on this for a minute. Okay, that's a cool little section there. You don't even need to gate something like that. But when the cymbals start crashing out, and let's find that, because that would be a good way to show it. There you go. Yeah, so he's riding the... Okay, and so now with Saturn, without, you hear that? That's massive. And that's my go-to default, what I go to on snares, live snares all the time. I want to be able to respect the drummer, his snare, his choice. And then if I can't, then I'll move on and replace it, but I prefer to blend. And so here's what we get again with no Saturn. And then now, but we still get the pop, the snap, and quite a bit of the top end is retained without being that weird, like an expander or a gate. You get that kind of pumping thing with some top end splashing down the center channel of your mix, and that's not fun. So then we have the EQ is a little more dramatic on this. We got the upward expansion, the compression I was talking about, and the fundamental. And then I'm pulling out some of the ring from those. I wanted this to be tight. Sometimes I'm boosting ring. It just depends on the song. But then 700, 800 hertz, this area right in here, just felt a little boxy and wanted some more top. And so if we turn this on, and then off. Boxy, kind of not clear, right? Reminds me of the quote. What's that? I try to say this all the time, but I jack it up all the time here. It's if you want to, I don't even know if it's been attributed to someone. What's I'm losing my mind here. The elephant. If you want to create a sculpture of an elephant, you just have to chisel apart all the way. This is the point where I've been embarrassed to show my face because I've had several kind of mini strokes over the last few years and I start tripping up my words. So we're just going to take a deep breath and try that again. You have the desire to create a sculpture of an elephant. You want to chisel apart all the parts that are don't look like an elephant. That's got to be a blooper reel for not being able to communicate. But I'm envisioning what do I want that snare to sound like, and then I'm chasing that, filtering and stuff, and it's kind of come to this as a default for me is boosting fundamental, cutting kind of the ring after, and then sucking 800 out and boosting top ends. Forgive me, guys, that was all kinds of janky, but we'll do a better video inside the members area where I can stop and re-record that. So I'll tell you what, let's take some time and answer some more questions, because there's the EQ, and then I did have the 50 channel on here for, what did I do? I don't know that I'm even doing much with this. Oh, I am using the expander. So I'm doing a little bit more on top of that. And so we have the EQ, and then let's hear that with it, and then without it. So we're taking advantage of Saturn, and we're using some expansion. I forgot that I did that. And that's snare top, the actual snare top. The actual snare bottom is also Saturn, same exact thing. I'm automating some EQ on the snare bottom. I'll show that off. That'll be fun. I feel so ridiculous not being able to communicate, slurring my speech and stuff, man. It's so hard. It's not even that bad, so I know I'm overreacting, but we're just gonna move on here. So we got the snare bottom. Let's zoom in on that and play it out of solo and then in solo. Okay, and then so we're spraying it with some verb. And that I actually sprayed it with verb from here, a little delay throw. The ice house there, yeah. Okay. And then I think I did it to the lead as well. I could come up a little bit in volume. I pulled it down. Let's put that back up. I don't know why it's so low. I'll fix that later. But anyway, so that's the snare bottom. Automating it and throwing reverb on it for his rolls. And then this is the actual snare bottom. I'm boosting top, but I'm using the isotope, the FabFilter Spectral here. And it's controlling some of the nasty, harsh stuff that we don't want to hear. Those are being blended with these snares here. I've got two more. And this one only kicks in. Yep. Okay. I'll play that, show you what's up with that one. And then a room sound that it's a slower song. It's got ballad elements to it. And so for that section, I'm allowing some room sound. And I may actually send this to, let's go ahead and try it, to a chamber. Yeah, something like that could be really pretty. Let's see what it sounds like in context. So right on, that's sounding pretty clean. I like that verb. The headphones, man, Brian asked, I'm actually not using real phones or SonarWorks anymore. I've got my monitoring down here in the bottom of my session. And the way I'm calibrating my headphones now is with the free Oratory 1990 presets on Reddit. You can just Google ORATORY 1990 Reddit, and it's going to pull up his page, and he gives them away for free. They're correction curves like SonarWorks and whatnot would give you, but I really love what he's done against the Harman. I don't know much about the Harman Target, and what I kind of geeked out on it for a season, and then just like, I just want to make music. And so I'm not going to explain it well here, but he's pursuing, if I remember correctly, the Harman Target, but to his liking. And whenever my man Joey Fernandez told me about this, of course I tried it out, like everything else he recommended, the Sennheiser HD 650s, the sub pack, all this stuff over the years. Joey is probably responsible for it. And then I share it with you guys. But this has just been incredible. I'm not worried about a plug-in or artifacts. I still think that SonarWorks, Real Phones, Slate VSX, there's a lot of great tools out there. Try them out, see what you like the best. This for me is just working. It's just been pure. I'm not worried about updates or anything. It's just my EQ. And then one thing is, if you do use the FabFilter Pro Q4, I'm sure maybe a couple of you have already Googled Oratory 1990. Tell me if you Googled it. Be honest in the comments there. The FabFilter Pro Q4, their Q is not the same as other plugins. It's the dumbed down version of it. And so he has a calculator available. And so you want to Google Oratory FabFilter Calc. And you know what? I'll try to find the link and I'll put it in my on my blog so you guys can find that. But yeah, so this is correcting the Sennheiser HD 650s. They have almost no subs. And so this is boosting subs in two different ways. And he's an expert. And this sounded incredible, and it really worked with my cans. This is not something to copy for your headphones unless you have the HD 650s, which you can go Google and find that preset, and you'll be rocking. It's going to be, I think, a game changer for you guys to be able to hear something that translates better. I've made better decisions wholeheartedly. Now, I still reference on my man Doug Weir told me about these little $7 Walmart speakers, and I got them. And before I finish a mix, I run them through there, and I just listen to reference tracks. It's crazy how often on the smaller speaker test I've got a Bose set of speakers here, and I've got these little $7 Walmart things. And it's crazy how something like the click kick, the top end in your kick will just be like blatantly obvious on a smaller speaker or something and so really important to make sure that you check your mixes on multiple devices and systems, different sets of headphones, just kind of keeping in mind which ones you can trust, the 650s. So little rabbit trail on that. But yeah, Jeff, I appreciate it. Hey, I Googled you. Whenever you became a customer, I Googled you and saw your church, and man, I'm so excited to have you with me. I'm really pumped. Lots of awesome. We're about to mix an EP in Mixing Modern Worship. So if you guys are interested, we're mixing, I think it's 4 or 5 songs. It's a very long set of songs. There's some editing and stuff we're going to do. But yeah, we're doing that all in Mixing Modern Worship. So I can't wait to do that with you guys there. Hey, so where are we at with this? It's Mother's Day. I know that we've got some food to get to, but I want to listen and kind of evaluate. I know the background vocals, did a little bit of clip gain, but talking and going through it is all kind of, I'm all over the place here. But I'm going to hit play. I'm going to listen to the song from when the backgrounds come in, and then we'll probably wrap this up here. Yeah, so that's that Waves Factory track spacer dipping in and out. Man, I'm really excited about this. It sounds pretty good. I think that a little more kick would have been nice, but when I did that, I felt it overload a little bit, so I kind of got another half dB or so out of it, but I'm going to have to adjust the low end in order to push that too much louder because of how much I put into it already. But, man, I'm pretty happy with the way the background sound. I think at this point, unless you guys have any questions, man, hit me before we wrap it up. Brian, dude, I appreciate you. Jeff, thanks so much for hanging out. Same, right back at you. And yeah, dude, chasing sound, right on, man. Yeah, definitely email me. Let's connect. So if you guys haven't already, definitely like, subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of thing, working through mixes and whatnot, it helps me. ADHD is real. I get very distracted, as you probably have already seen in this stream. But it helps me to kind of stay focused and get it going more than if I were not on camera. So we'll do plenty of this both live here on YouTube and in the courses. So definitely check out those links. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna give it another couple of seconds and then we'll wrap this one up. But with that, I'm gonna go get some food. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you hanging out. You know what? We have this whole section. Let's go find those chimes and tame them a little bit. I'm not mad at that though. That's a little cleaner. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't have my second screen anymore. Okay, cool. Well, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And then I may pop on again here in a little bit, but I'm going to get some food. And then we'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, Gabriel, I can't disappear after you say hello, man. I'm so sorry I haven't hit you back. I think you messaged me on Facebook. Bro, thanks for hanging out. Definitely check out the stream and then drop a comment. Let me know if you have any questions from what you guys are watching, and I'll come back and I'll answer them all. We'll see you guys soon.